Welcome to my YouTube channel. Here we explore the world of English literature and biographies, uncovering the lives, works, and stories of great writers, poets, and thinkers. From timeless classics to fascinating life journeys, this channel brings you knowledge, inspiration, and a deeper love for literature. Introduction **. Christopher Marlowe, baptized the 26th of February 1564, died the 30th of May 1593. Also called Kit Marlowe, was an English playwright, poet, and translator during the Elizabethan era. He was one of the most famous writers of his time. His play, Tamburlaine, was so popular that many other writers copied it, and scholars believe he was the leading dramatist in London just before his mysterious early death. Marlowe was born in the same year as William Shakespeare. Some scholars think Marlowe strongly influenced Shakespeare, who later became the most important playwright of that age. Marlowe was also the first writer to gain fame for using blank verse, unrhymed poetry, which became the style most used in plays of that time. His works are known for ambitious characters and powerful emotions. His plays often showed human feelings in a realistic way, but they also included a lot of violence, cruelty, and bloodshed, which appealed to audiences then. Marlowe's own life was just as dramatic as his plays. He died in 1593 under mysterious circumstances, and the details of his death remain uncertain. Some say he was killed in a tavern fight, while others think it may have involved political spying, religious conflicts, or even betrayal. An official report of his death was found in 1925, but many scholars still believe the full truth about how and why he died is unknown. Early life. Christopher Marlowe was born in Canterbury as the son of a shoemaker, John Marlowe, and his wife, Catherine. He was the second of 9 children. After his sister Mary died in 1568, he became the oldest surviving child. He was baptized at St. George's Church, Canterbury, on the 26th of February, 1564, making him about 2 months older than William Shakespeare, at age 14. Marlowe won a scholarship to study at the King's School, Canterbury, and later went to Corpus Christi College, Cambridge. Also on a scholarship, he was expected to become a priest in the Church of England, but instead he earned his Bachelor of Arts degree in 1584. During his studies, he became skilled in Latin and translated the works of the Roman poet Ovid. When he was about to receive his master's degree in 1587, the university hesitated because of rumors that he might join a Catholic seminary in France, which was illegal under Queen Elizabeth I's laws against Catholic priests. However, the Privy Council, a group of the Queen's advisors, stepped in and ordered that Marlowe should receive his degree. They praised him for his faithful service to the Queen, though they did not explain what that service was. Because of this mystery, many scholars believe Marlowe may have worked as a secret agent for Sir Francis Walsingham, a member of the Privy Council and head of Elizabeth's spy network. The exact truth is still unknown, but this event suggests that Marlowe's life was already tied up with danger, politics, and secrecy even before he became a famous writer. Adult life and legend. Very little is known about Christopher Marlowe's adult life. Most of what we know comes from legal and official records, not personal stories. Because of this, many writers have guessed about what kind of person he was and what he did. Marlowe has been called many things: a spy, a fighter, a heretic, someone against the church, a magician, a duelist, a tobacco user, a counterfeiter, and a rakehell, a reckless man with wild habits. Some scholars argue that these are just rumors, while others believe there may be some truth in them. People have speculated that Marlowe might have been involved in espionage for the Queen, spoken openly about atheism, had same-sex relationships, and of course, his mysterious death has long been a subject of debate. Last years and literary career. 1587. Christopher Marlowe lived in London, where he wrote plays for the theatre. He often got into trouble because of his violent behavior and unusual opinions. He also may have worked at times for the government. Marlowe was accused of atheism, not believing in God, though in Queen Elizabeth's time, this often just meant having unorthodox religious views. Other writers and spies accused him of saying shocking things against religion. For example, Thomas Kidd, another playwright, claimed that papers denying the divinity of Jesus found in his room once belonged to Marlowe. On May 18, 1593, the Privy Council, the Queen's advisors, ordered Marlowe's arrest. He was told to report daily to them. But only 12 days later, on May 30, 1593, Marlowe was killed in Deptford during a fight over a bill. He died at just 29 years old. and the true details of his death remain suspicious. Asterisk works of Christopher Marlowe. One of Marlowe's first plays was the two-part Tamburlaine the Great, written around 1587, published in 1590. In this play, Marlowe's powerful style of blank verse unrhymed poetry became very famous. Later writers of the Elizabethan and Jacobean periods also adopted this style, which Ben Jonson called Marlowe's mighty line. At first, Marlowe probably planned to write only part 1, which ends with Tamburlaine's marriage to Zenocrate and his promise of peace, but the play became so popular that he wrote part 2, which tells the story up to Tamburlaine's death. Marlowe faced a challenge, because he had already used most of his historical material in part 1. As a result, the sequel sometimes seems less rich. However, writing part 2 also pushed Marlowe to look at his main character more deeply. This allowed him to bring out ideas that were only hinted at in part 1, giving the sequel more depth and reflection. Marlowe's career as a playwright lasted only about 6 years, but his works were powerful and influential. His first great success was Tamburlaine the Great in 2 parts, both staged by 1587 and published in 1590. He also translated Latin works, including Ovid's Amoris and the first book of Lucan's Pharsalia. Around the same time, he Dido, Queen of Carthage, with Thomas Nash. Marlowe became famous after Tamburlaine, and playwriting became his main focus. His poem, Hero and Leander, though unfinished, is considered one of the best non-dramatic poems of the Elizabethan age. It was published after his death in 1598. Scholars still debate the exact order of his plays, but many believe Dr. Faustus came soon after Tamburlaine, followed by Edward II and the Massacre at Paris. His last play may have been the Jew of Malta, which was very innovative. His plays were performed by the Admiral's Men, a theater company whose star actor, Edward Allen, played Marlowe's greatest characters, Tamburlaine, Faustus, and Barabbas, the Jew. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more on English literature and biography.